Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, guys. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Hello, everyone. Welcome, guys. Welcome. All right. As you guys know, this is our beginners class. All right. Hey, Dino, welcome. Hey, Kawisi, welcome.
Hi, how are you, everyone?
Good, good. Welcome, welcome. Solomon, welcome. Hey, Bill, welcome.
Hey, Dave.
Guys, let's go and get started.
Hi, Mr. Dave.
I am going to share my screen here. 1 second here. All right. As you guys know, on Wednesdays, we do trading in the zone, so mindset. Hey, Mary, welcome. All right. So trading in the zone, trend following, and then trading systems. All right. So as we go through the markets, we'll focus on those three things. All right. So trading in the zone, mindset. All right. Trend following. So we want to identify the trends, right? The different markets and the trades that we're in. And then using our trading systems, all right, to help guide us as we trade the markets. All right. And then stop me if you guys have any questions. All right. So this is informal. All right. Stop me if you guys have any questions. Any symbols you guys want to take a look at, we'll do that. All right. So any symbols in any of the markets. So it doesn't have to be Forex. equities, any of the markets. Okay. So as far as the overall trend, right? The overall trend is still intact for the equity markets for stocks. All right. So you guys know we've been following this. We've been following this, moving the Dow, and here we are right here, right? Held support. And right now, the Dow is right up here. Now, this is the diamond, the DIA, but we can track that. So held support down here, all right, held support, and now it's moving higher. So definitely, right, and I always say this, don't pay attention to what folks are saying out there, right? Because they'll tell you the market is crashing, but guess what? It's not, all right? It's making new highs, all right? So it's in a nice upward trend. Right? Here was the concern right here, but like I said, it held. All right, this was last month. This big green candle here, buyers came in, and here's our current month right here, right? This candle right here. So the goal for the Dow is to get back here, all right, to the top here, right? Perhaps break this new high, might get some consolidation in here and then move higher. So our Christmas rally is still intact. All right, looks like we're having that Christmas rally, fourth quarter rally. Okay, so that's good. Good for the markets. All right. Any questions on this, on the Dow? Any questions? All right. All right. So that's the overall trend. Again, trend following. All right. Now, as far as currently, all right, you guys should see my screen here, Monster Futures. Currently, the market was down a bit, right? The Dow was down a bit today. S&P was down a bit. The NASDAQ was down a lot more, all right? But still, things are still holding. They're up right now. So they are currently up, right, in the futures market. All right. So the Dow, E-mini, NASDAQ, S&P, and the Russell, they're all flat, but up. All right. The dollar index is down. You guys see here, dollar index is down. We got a good move in the dollar short. I don't know if you guys took any positions in the dollar short trade. Okay, there were some opportunities there. We all focus on the long side with the Euro peers, and those are doing well, right? But the dollar, decent move in the dollar pairs, short. All right. Let's see here. I'm not going to spend any time on over here. The U.S. We're going to spend some time moving forward with the US 30, okay? The US 30, which is the E-mini, all right? Right, the US 30, Monster US 30, nothing here yet, all right? We're waiting for a buy signal on the 60, nice buy signal on the daily time frame. So we just need prices to move higher there. The NAS 100, same thing. We don't have a buy signal yet. We're waiting on a buy signal yet, but we got green candles. If it gives another buy signal on the 60-minute, we can take that. And on the S&P, same thing, buy signal here. All right. The market, we have buy signals on the S&P. This is on the daily time frame. On the S&P here, Dow here, NASDAQ. You see this pullback here on the NASDAQ right here. All right. No buy signal yet on the NASDAQ. All right. But on the Russell here, Russell, I think I said NASDAQ. Russell here, Russell, a little bit of a pullback. No buy signal yet on the NASDAQ. The VIX is still holding, but we need that VIX to come down. It needs to get below 20. Get below 20. It's still at 24. And as you guys know, as the VIX moves lower, that's good for the markets, right? As the VIX moves lower, right, that's good for the equity markets, right? So it's coming down. I think up here was around 25, right? Around 25. So it's coming down. So that's good for the equity markets. All right. All right. Let's move forward. So Currently, we should not be shorting stocks, so no puts, all right? No puts, don't short stocks, right? Things are moving up. As you guys know, we're getting more sectors, so more sectors are moving higher, all right? So if we look here, right, more sectors are moving higher. The top sector right now, I think energy is still the top sector. Let's see here. Oh, materials. So materials right here, buy signal here, right? Moving higher. Materials, industrials, buy signal here. Look at this move up here, right? They're moving higher. We want to pay attention to those stocks. We'll take a look at Stock Boss and Bullmaster. All right, here, buy signal here, moving higher. Financials, right? So a lot of these have buy signals. Energy is right here. It's still looking good. Energy is looking good right up here, right? Utilities, no buy signal yet, right? No buy signal yet. Consumer staples, right? Buy signal. So I have lots of opportunities with these sectors, all right? Healthcare, technology right here, all right? Healthcare, biotech, I'm looking for biotech. Biotech, be careful with biotech. All right, be careful with biotech. Pulling back a bit. We need it to hold and get above this resistance in here. All right. Bitcoin, no change in Bitcoin. It's still at 16,000, right? 16,693. All right, 16,693 right here. Right, on Bitcoin. We are in the redistribution phase, so it broke support right here, redistribution phase. We still have a goal at 10,000 for Bitcoin. Okay, so 10,000 support at Bitcoin. So right now, still trading around 16,000. All right. All right, we
Hi,
don't
David.
see any buying coming in. Someone said something?
Hi, David. This is Dean. Sorry to
Hey,
interrupt.
Dina.
I had a question. Yes.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
on the for Bitcoin,
Yes.
looking at that 10, did you mark the $10,000? That's the goal, or that's the limit, that because that is that like the in the news they're talking about 85% drop on crypto. So is
Okay.
that around that level? I think it's because it's dropped about 70% now, 75%, something like that.
Uh-huh.
From the high, from what was it, 65 or something like that.
Yeah, 68.
Yeah.
And Dino, welcome. This is your first time, right? So welcome.
Yes, it is, sir. I like what I'm saying. I like it already. It's so juicy.
Yeah, keep coming back. We do these classes every evening from Sundays, and cryptos especially on. We'll go through cryptos more and Forex on Sundays, but come back
Okay.
every evening from Sunday
Yeah.
through Thursday. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You've been trading
Welcome.
for a while. You've been trading.
I've been playing around, trying to learn and create a pattern and have a plan. So
Okay.
when I found your group, I said, "Oh my gosh, okay."
Yeah, welcome. And we have a class. We had a class last night for beginning traders. That's a good class to attend also. Okay.
I would love to join that. Yes,
Yeah.
I'll attend.
Very good. Welcome. So we have been tracking, and I want to spend a little time on this. I'm glad you mentioned this. Okay, this is a weekly time frame here. All right. We use the weekly time frame currently because of the overall trend, and because we're talking about trend following, I'm using the trading systems. I want to spend some time here. All right. Most of you, Bill, did you ever trade? I don't remember, Bill. It's been a while since we've been in Bitcoin, but did you ever trade? I think you traded Bitcoin, didn't you, or crypto? Didn't you?
Yeah, that's what landed me here.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
thought.
your thing on Meetup about learning how to trade Bitcoin, and that's how I got here.
Yeah, And you trading, you're not you're not even trading Bitcoin, right? You're trading everything
Yeah,
else.
that lasted for about 2 weeks after I joined here.
Yeah, so I think when you came in, I think hey Gerald, welcome. I think the last, let me move this here. I think the last buy signal where we got out of Bitcoin was around 40, I want to say 45. I don't think it was 50. Let's see here. So we're going to turn on our buy signal. So this is on the daily time frame. So I think, okay, so our last buy signal for Bitcoin, all right, it's about, I think right here. All right, and then we got out here. It was right about 50. We got it around 55,000. And then the next buy signal was about 40. I think, yeah, this is what's it here, 45,000. And then we got out here at around 40,000. That was our last. Then we tested this here, but got out quickly here. So we haven't been in since then. And that was since what, August, I think. We tested it yeah, August. And then over here is when we really tried to test it, right? Around 45, 48. And that failed. That was about March, right? Around March. So so yeah, absolutely. So Dino, yeah, no trades. That let me show you that support that we're looking at. So we've been out of Bitcoin for quite a while.
Mm.
Let's see here. So let's move it to a weekly time frame. Okay, so what we're looking at when we look at Bitcoin, all right, is support here. And we've been calling for this, and it's taken a long time to get, right, to break down. It happened last week, finally. But it's been holding support at 20,000. And you guys that have been with us, you know it's been holding that 20,000 support right here, right? So right here, that 20,000 support right here. And it finally broke. And we talk about this, right? Whenever we break support or break resistance, we're going to get a lot of selling to come in, right? On this side of the trade, right? The markdown phase, the markup phase, we break resistance, we'll get big candles to come in. So we did get a big candle here, all right? So right at 10,000, right here is where we see support, all right? So 10,000 is where we've got the next big support. And there's nothing stopping the price to get to 10,000, right? And we've been calling 10,000 all the way up here. You guys know, right? You guys who've been here, you know, we've been calling for that 10,000 support when we were all the way up in this area here, around 35, 40,000. So we're clearly in the markdown phase and we're heading towards 10,000. The next area of support, and this is good to follow Bitcoin because it is the barometer for the entire crypto market, right? We shouldn't be trading any cryptos at all. We can use Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, just like we use the Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell to help us with our equities, we can use Bitcoin, all right, to guide us, right, with the other cryptos that are out there, all right? So Bitcoin is the big top coin. All right. So here is where we'll find some support at 10,000, just like here. This is where we got a lot of consolidation. All right. And we have some more support at 5,000, I'm sorry, on 5,000. Okay, so 10,000 here, this line here, 5,000, about right here. So between here, what we anticipate the price will do, and it looks really, really good to do this, is that work its way down to 10,000, all right? Perhaps a bit lower, all right? Perhaps 8,000 or so, consolidate in here, just like it did here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like it did here, right? You guys know a lot of the time, most of the time, the price will do this, and it will come all the way back down from where it started. All right? It'll come all the way back down, consolidate a bit, all right? And then we'll see, right? If buyers come in to break resistance, or if it breaks support. Now, this will be critical. We know that it will, there's a good chance that it will get to 10,000. Right? So we want to follow these trends. We want to use the system, right? Green candle, red candles, sellers, sellers, sellers. Green candles, this is where we buy. Markup phase, markdown phase. All right. We'll watch it. Once it gets to 10,000, like I said, we could get a big push, right? We could get some panic selling, all right, and push it down below 5,000, but that should bounce back, get some consolidation, right? Just like here. And then we'll see whether it wants to go higher or lower. But no trading, absolutely no trading at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no trading.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That helps?
Yeah, thank you.
Very good, very good. Very good. Very good. All right, I want to spend some time on, let's see here. I know we don't have a rotation, guys, in Forex, but there are opportunities. So don't turn your systems off. All right, pay attention to your systems. Right, we don't have a big rotation, but there are opportunities. All right, so we are in on the 240. We are trading EUR/TRY right here on the 4-hour time frame. Right, 4-hour time frame. But you guys look here, things are mixed a bit here. Things are mixed, but you can still find some opportunities. All right, and we've had this trade going here for now for about a week and a half or so, but perhaps a bit longer here. So the euro pairs, right? The euro pairs here. Right, you guys should have been in this. Good trading opportunities on the 240 and on the 60-minute time frame. EUR/TRY. Right, nice trade here. Right, the next one that we're in, and I think this one was up almost 200 points last Friday, on that day. Euro dollar right here, nice markup phase holding. Right. Mary, you in this one, right? Are you in Euro USD? I think you are.
No, I'm in Euro SEK.
Euro SEK. All right. We'll take a look at that. Euro dollar, very good. Holding up nicely. No red candles, no sellers, right? Buy signal was here. Right. And the next one, EURHKD is another one here. Right. All right. So you guys should be in those, or at least some of those, and then we'll look at the shorts. Euro SEK. So Euro SEK. Euro SEK. I'll just type it in. EURSEK. What time frame are you in on, Mary?
The 240.
EURSEK
Yes.
on the 240? Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a buy signal on your chart?
I had earlier it disappeared, but the price has been moving up and down, holding sometimes.
Yeah, we don't show a buy signal yet on that. Let's see here. I would be careful here. Okay, we don't have a buy signal yet. Okay, an EUR SEK long on the 240. Double check. All right, if we don't have a buy signal, so we want to use, you remember, we want to use the systems, follow the system, right? So no buy signal. All right, what could happen, right? What could happen is this, right? And there are reasons why we don't have buy signals from the system, right? Because we haven't broken a significant resistance. What could happen is this could be the resistance right here that the system is watching, all right? And if you guys look here, that's why we want to use the systems, all right? So if you guys look here, this is an area here where sellers came in and pushed the price lower. This is an area here, right, where sellers came in and pushed the price lower. So this is an important area here. This is where we've got support right here, and then right here. Look here, right here. All this area here is an important area right here. This whole area here. All right, so the system might be waiting. And I know sometimes, right, and I'm not saying, you know, sometimes we
Just look on the 60, actually. I think the buy signal is on the 60.
On the 60, well, that would make a lot more sense. Okay. But as I'm here, and I'll look at the 60. But if you guys, this is important. If you guys see here, right, there's a lot of sellers waiting here. And that's why we don't have a buy signal yet. We got green candles, but not a buy signal yet. So we probably need to break through right here, break through, right? Break through that resistance right here to then get a buy signal, okay? But I'm almost 100% that you do have a buy signal on the 60. So now if you have a buy signal on the 60, I don't like doing this, but you can manage it on the 60, and then if a buy signal comes in on the 240, you can certainly change it to the 240. I don't like that. It's not as clean, right? So let's 60-minute. All right. So we'll see a buy signal on the 60. Okay. So Mary, I would put it on the 60. Right. So we're looking at the same area here. So do you know where your entry price? Do you know your entry price, Mary? Your entry price?
10.84.
10.84. Okay. Yeah, so so you will, definitely the 60. Okay, so 10.84. Perfect. Yeah, so that was your buy signal. Your buy signal was on the 60. So good job. Good job.
Only that it's been very volatile.
You think so?
Each time I looked back, it's gone to the bottom, and then you look back again, and then it's risen again.
Okay, let's take a look. This is an area here we need to get past, right? So we got to get past this area here on the 60. I wouldn't. Not a lot of volatility, right? Yeah, I mean, if you entered here, right, it came down here. Yeah, that will get your nerves going a bit. And it made a move up like this, right? Came back down like this. All right, so it is moving, but that's what they do, right? It's not going to be a straight line, all right? But it's following, right? It's following that nice markup phase. Okay, all green candles. Look at your candles, all right? keep an eye on, you know, trading in the zone, right? We want to be in that zone, and we don't want to get scared out of the trade, right? I would say you need to get with me if you're nervous, right? So I know Stella did this a lot. Charity did this a lot. Bill used to do this, right? Bill doesn't do it anymore. All right. Hey, Charity, welcome. We're just talking about Charity, right? All right. Bill doesn't do this anymore, but and Stella did this quite a bit when she got started. All right. So and Mary, I think you're going on your 6 weeks, about 6 weeks now. So what we want to do is because this is a great trade here. All right. We do have some purpose support and resistance, but all green candles. So when you get nervous in the trade, right, send me a chart, take a picture of the chart and just send it to me and say, hey, David, what do you think? Right. I'm in this trade here. I'm concerned. Just take a picture of it and send it to me. Right. Charity, you did that quite a bit, right? Remember?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
For sure, right? Yeah, for sure. So when you guys, and that's for everyone, right? When you guys get nervous of this is a great trade, right? But you know, you're still new to this, Mary. All right. So I don't expect you to manage all those emotions, right? Because you know you've got your money at risk, right? So don't try to be perfect at this. You're not going to be perfect, right? We just need to build some good habits. So this is not a trade to be anxious about. It's a good trade, right? So when you have trades, just send me a text. Say, hey, Dave, and I will respond. I will respond. Okay. Hey, Dave. These are the trades I'm in. I'm concerned. Just send me a TikTok. Calling is sometimes difficult for me to get on the phone because I'm trading. You know, I'm trading, but I can look at the text, right? So just remember that. Don't stay all day worried about your positions. Okay. Now, when using the system, a trick is to pay attention to the candles. Okay, so the green candles, you're good. When we go long green candles, there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Absolutely nothing to worry about. All right, so you can sit back, relax. All right, once you get a white candle like this, a white candle, then you need to become more alert. Right now, we need to pay attention. All right. If that candle closes white, then you really need to then pay attention. All right. And if you're concerned, really get with me. All right. A red candle, then you just need to get out. Don't look at your P&L. Follow the colors of the candles. Order your buy signals. Use the system. Order your buy signal. Try not to look at your P&L. Right.
So David, when you say if I see a white candle, I need to pay attention. So what am I paying attention to? Because at that point, I'm thinking, is this the time to get out?
Okay. Okay. Very good. Good question. Okay. So think of the white candle as a possible reversal. Okay. Possible reversal. Okay. Now, we have a hard sell. So when we get a sell signal from the system, right, a sell signal, and I'll show you here. We just have to get out, okay? We just have to get out. So if we look at this trade here, so this trade here, here's the buy signal right here, buy signal here on this break of resistance right here. We're just gonna focus on this trade here, Okay, so buyers came in, right? The accumulation phase, buyers came in, right? And literally failed. Resistance becomes support. So we're going to push that all the way here. Resistance becomes support. Remember, we're going to buy on the break of resistance, sell on the break of support. And the system will follow that same rule, right? Buy on the break of resistance, sell on the break of support. So we bought here, right? Price went up and failed. We have green candles, right? It's failing, it's failing. And now we've got a white candle here, right? So green candle, there's no concern. Hey, Gerald, welcome, right? So green candles here, Mary, no concern. You're fine. This white candle here, right? That's a concern. You need to pay attention. Now, you don't close the trade. You just need to pay attention. Now, this candle might go back and forth. And you guys have seen this, right? It can go from white to green, perhaps even red. We need to wait until it closes. Okay, until that candle closes white. If it closes white, then you need to be concerned. You don't have to close the trade. Unless we see an overall rotation that is just turning, everything is just turning around, we'll say, hey, just go ahead, white candle, just go ahead and get out, all right? Because sellers are really coming in, all right? So Mary, you see that white candle here?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Then you got another white candle, all right? That's a concern, all right? That's a concern, all right? If you wanted to, you could get out on these white candles, right? If you wanted to, you can get out. And then you see here, red candle, sell signal here. All right, here's our sell signal, this arrow here on this candle, red candle. Red candles, we have to get out. All right, red candle, sell signal. So we bought here, sold here, broke support. All right, resistance becomes support. Here is our exit. Okay, but look here, you see all the sellers came in, all the red candles, so we're out of here. Okay, so green candles. Now, the reason why we need to wait on these white candles is because it's a neutral state. Okay, it's a neutral state, meaning that the buyers could come back in. All right. So like right here, see here? Now, it's not an exact science, but it works really, really well. So that's why I say just pay attention to, as long as you have green candles, there's nothing to do. All right. So here, green candles here, broke resistance, right? Here's your resistance. Here is your accumulation phase. Broke resistance, buyers came in. Here's your buy signal. This arrow points to this candle. Here is your buy signal here by the system. Right? Here's a white candle. Look here. White candle came in here. You see that, Mary? White candle?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Very good. Another white candle right here came in. No red candles. And guess what followed? By a white candle, green candle. That's why I say wait for those red candles. Be patient. Now, it's a bit scary because you're going to see that dip in your P&L. So if we're watching our P&L, right, every 10 minutes, 20 minutes, right, every hour, because this on the 60-minute, you're gonna see that dip here in your P&L.
No one does that, David.
I know, right? No one watches their P&L, right? All right, but the key is this. All right, if we are concerned about now. I'm not saying this is easy, right? And this is trading. It's not easy, right? But we can do it. We can train ourselves, all right, to not be as emotional. All right. So if you look here, these white candles, remember I said there's neutral, right? It's waiting for either buyers or sellers to come in. All right. So guess what? Buyers came in, no big deal, right? Green candles keep on with the trade. Support gap down here. Now you can't do anything about this. Gap down here got us out here. But here was your entry, right? Using the system. Here's where you bought. Here is where you sold, right? Remember, we're never going to get the very bottom, never going to get the very top. Here, we didn't have a sales of an entry, but here, this is what you need to be concerned with. When these white candles here, when it's followed by a red candle, that's when you need to be concerned. Until then, there's nothing to be concerned. All right. So white candles, green candles, you're going long, right? You're going long, going up. Green candles, nothing to do. There is absolutely nothing to do. All right. Absolutely nothing to do. White candles, start paying attention. Red candle, you need to get out. You need to sell, close the trade, right? Sell signal, absolutely close the trade. Absolutely close the trade. Now, a trick here is this, all right? Because you guys will, you paying close attention to your trades, right? You don't just leave your trade. So let's say buy signal here, resistance becomes support. You got red candles, white candles here, and you see these red candles start turning red. I wouldn't wait for that candle to close. If it starts to turn red, and you got a sell signal right here, get out of that trade. Get out of that trade. You guys have had to do that. Who have done that?
Well, you have to do that, David, and that's what you call protecting your capital. You always got to be ready to trade again and be ready to follow the next trend. So if that candle turns red like that, then you just go ahead and close that trade. It's part of what we do. We have to do this almost every single week, every single month.
Yep. Yep.
I have a question. This is Dean again. So, this is all new to me. This is I've never looked at this level, this time, 60-minute time level. But from what I see is that it failed the test on the it turned red. So it actually turned red because it failed that test on the support. It broke the support, right? Is
right
that what
here?
I'm looking at?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So resistance. So we always buy on the break of resistance, and we sell on the break of support. Right. So red candles, sellers. Okay. But Mary, the thing is, and for everyone, right? Especially those of you who are using the systems. Okay, let the system work. Let them. It's hard. I know, right? I've been doing this a long time, right? We've had the systems for a long time. I know how they work. I have confidence. But listen to Gerald. Gerald, how many months now, Gerald? 6 months or so? How many months with us?
Yeah, I think I bought my system back in the beginning of May, I believe, when I bought my first system. And the thing is, the key to the system, David, if we follow the system the way it's designed and the way it's set up for us to follow those candles, we see green candles, we're in the markup phase. We start seeing the white. There's a shift in the buying and selling. It's very key, because if we didn't have the system, we're going to have to be trying to figure that out without the proprietary system that we have here, which is a phenomenal system. So those white candles are a big indicator that you may not want to continue. You may want to just keep an eye on it, because selling is coming in. And then, like you said, when you see those red candles, those are big indication that maybe your long position may be over. The problem is a lot of traders get into the trades late, and those red and white candles tend to scare them off faster than they should be. But that's a discipline thing, because if you're disciplined in your trading, you're not going to enter that trade, even if it's look good. The markup phase is phenomenal. The trade is going off, but if you enter it at the wrong time, that yellow, I'm sorry, that white candle, it may not be in your favor when it really should be looking to get out. But most people get in so late that white candle scared them off, and the red candle definitely freaks them out. So timing is everything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a
Because
good
if
point.
the timing is right, those white candles and those red candles are just indicators that it's time to look for a new trade.
Yeah,
That's just all it is. It's time to look for a new trade.
yeah.
Is this the case for? I mean, is this Forex? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
newbie here. Is this Forex? Does this
Yeah, yeah,
system
this is
follow
Forex.
across the board?
Yeah, so this is Forex, but you can use this process. So if we go here, um, Mary, does that help, Mary? I want to make sure.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah, because you've been doing really, really good. I've been so proud of you. I've been posting all sorts of
What you're not
just
posting is my emotions.
Oh, I know. But you're doing great. You know, you're doing great. I mean, understand, right? Understand that you're doing something trading that's very, very difficult. It is. That's why, it's hard. And for you to be trading the way that okay, I always tell traders, and when I do one-on-one coaching and all of that, right? I always tell traders, if you can go through, and I've had that conversation with Charity and many of you guys, Bill, right? If you can go through, let's say, 2 months of trading, much less 6 months, and you don't blow up an account, you're not blowing up your account, you're doing great, right? A lot of times when we get into trading, and I did it years ago, right? We just want to make a lot of money right away. All right. And we know from our successful traders, right? That doesn't happen. They eventually make a lot of money, but it doesn't happen right away. So we have to go through a process. Gauge your success. And this is for everyone, right? Dino, you too, right? Gauge your success on not blowing up on your accounts. And blowing up your account means you started out, right? In 2 weeks, guess what? Let's say you started with $1,000 and it's all gone in 2 weeks, all month. And then you fund another account. And then in another 2 weeks, another month, it's gone. And that's realistic in this business, right?
Hey, David, you don't have to pick. You don't have to pick on me. You don't have to talk about me like that.
you had that story?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's part of this, right? So Mary, I'm gonna ask you. So 6 weeks now, have you blown up an account? Meaning, have you funded an account and where it's been totally gone? And be honest, totally gone, and then you had to fund it again. Have you had to do that once or twice or 3 times?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah.
However, I haven't made money. That's why I have.
Mary,
I've been inching forward and then 3 steps back, and then I inch forward a little more. So I haven't.
You know what?
I haven't done anything.
On your itching forward, I was going to say, I don't know if you get excited over your wins. I used to get excited over my wins, and then I started realizing if I'm gonna get excited over a win, I can also get defeated over a failed trade or a lost trade. So I stopped getting excited over the wins. I just said, hey, just another win. Just another winning trade. I stopped doing it. You have to, because if you get excited over a win, I promise you're going to get defeated down. You're going to feel bad about a loss because it's a natural occurrence of who we are. That's who we are as people. So if you can get excited over a win, then you can definitely get down in the dumps over a loss. You can't get excited over wins. Those wins have to be something that you just do because you started to do. Yes, it's part of your game plan.
Wisdom.
You can't get excited. Yep, you have to, man. If you get excited, So try to keep excitement, even the good excitement, keep it out of it. You know, if you can. It's hard, but if you can.
Yeah, thanks, Gerald.
I'll let
And-
you, I'll let you in on a secret. The way I'm handling this emotionally, I'm comparing my trades to trying to lose weight.
Hey, listen, we've all tried to lose weight several times before. But you know what? One day at a time, and you can't get it. Listen, you have to keep your emotions out of it. Otherwise, you're gonna always be up and down. That P&L don't lie. It tells a story, but it don't tell the whole story. It's just a part of a story. So we have to look at the whole story, which is the trade. We have to look, make sure we're in the markup phase. Make sure we know the four market phases before we enter these trades. Make sure the right amount of capital is for the right type of trade. That's something that we have to learn. Not all trades require the same amount of capital. There are different amount of capital for different trades, which is something else that we have to learn as traders. And so you won't lose as much for a trade that a pair that doesn't perform as well as other pairs. Some pairs are more expensive than other pairs. Those are the things that you will learn over time, so that you don't have to have emotions involved. So I definitely understand. I understand your position, but I have to tell you, if you could fight that emotion, you would be a great trader. Because I've heard the success stories that David put out on you. You know, it's nothing but great things are going to be heading your way. So good things.
Thanks, Gerald. Charity, do you want to say something?
I think actually celebrating your wins is important, but also you can minimize the emotions, at least the negative emotions with it, if you're managing your P&L. And probably more expanded on that is minimizing your losses, making sure that you're not putting in more than you can afford to lose, and managing your money more that way can help manage the emotions, rather than just saying, well, I can't be excited about something that is actually exciting.
Good point. Good point. Thanks, Charity. Hey, Bill, you've gone through the same thing when you started, right, Bill? And you
I've been doing this. I started a year ago this week. It was the week before Thanksgiving last year.
It's been a year already.
It's been yeah. So one of the things that really helped me, Charity just mentioned it, is that you told us this was in the spring. You said we were in a real good rotation, and there was a bunch of us in a group that were doing pretty well for a couple of weeks. And you said, "You guys take some of this out for yourself. Take yourself and take your loved ones out to dinner, and just know that this money came from your good hard work." And I did that. And I remember doing that, thinking, this is all about good decisions and really discipline to learn how to manage these trades. That really helped me. And then the other thing is when I do lose money, I always stop and I think, what's the lesson I need to learn here? Because Peter called it tuition months ago, and I like that term for it. It's not a loss. It's the money I pay to teach myself how. And when I lose 60 or 80 bucks or something, and it turns out like that, and I think, what could I have done differently, or what did I do too quickly, or what did I overlook?
Yeah. Bill, how many have, and I don't want to get personal, have you blown any accounts? Have you blown
No. The only thing I've done is when we were, I think it was in a spring rotation, I wanted to scale up a little bit, and I funded an account with a little bit of my savings so I could scale up and do it safely. And you know what? It turned out to be a really good decision. It wasn't done quickly, and I didn't have to fund an account because I needed to bail myself out. So no, I haven't blown up an account.
So after a year, okay. Those are good tips for Mary, right? And for all of us, right? I want you guys to really measure, and I know we don't talk about blowing up accounts, right? And it's a negative thought, but it's a realistic thought. And if you want to measure, if you guys want to measure your trading to the industry standard, okay, to other traders, other new traders, all right. And I heard Dino laughed, right? Measure it by if you're not blowing up your account. So Bill has gone a whole year without blowing up an account. Guys, that's amazing. What that means
That
is
is amazing.
was that, Dino?
No, that is amazing. I'm blown away by that.
Yeah, yeah. It is and you guys don't we take it for granted because you guys are here, right? You have the tools, right? So you're able to protect your downside. Most traders don't have that, right? They don't have the tools, they don't have the knowledge to protect their downside. You guys are protecting, you're playing defense. You're protecting your downside. If you play defense, right, guess what? The offense is going to happen, right? If you play really good defense, your offense will happen automatically, right? It might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, but you're going to continue to play good defense. So that's what you guys are doing. Your defense is first, and that's what you guys are doing. You're not blowing up your account. So to go, and I know Charity, you haven't blown up any accounts that I know of. I know Gerald hasn't blown up any accounts. All right, a lot. Listen, this is what I take pride in the fact that we don't have traders who are just blowing up accounts. And Mary, with in 6 weeks, you haven't blown up an account, and that's a big, big deal. All right. So, like Charity mentioned, right? That's something to celebrate, right? That is something to celebrate, right? The money will come. And for some of us, it's different, right? Some of us, it might take 6 months. Some of us, it might take 2 years to make the type of capital we want to make. All right. So don't measure it on that. Measure it on the fact that you're protecting your account and you're doing some good things. All right. Go ahead, Mary.
No, thanks to everybody for sharing. The other question that I have is what are people's experiences with getting into too many trades, or the question for me is, for example, when we had a whole lot of opportunities open up on Stock Boss, and you see a whole number of different stocks that are with a buy signal. Now, what is the prudent thing to do? To pick one or two? And if you do so, on what basis are you picking those one or two? Or do you spread yourself? I mean, so what is the risk of spreading yourself too thin is what I'm getting at.
I used to trade a lot of pairs at one time, Mary, and I found that if I can pick one or two pairs that have a better setup, even if a pair has the same setup, but I just learned that if I spread my capital too thin, then the broker they're gonna give you that margin call because you just spread too thin, and you don't want to be close to your margin. So you always want to leave yourself opportunities for pullbacks, because pullbacks are gonna happen, and it's not we want them to happen; they're just gonna happen, and you just have to be ready for a pullback because buying don't always take place or selling don't always take place. And if you're so thin, in my experience, if you're spread too many pairs or too many stocks that you purchase, then yeah, you're gonna find yourself really watching your P&L when you don't really need to. And that's the problem when you spread too thin. You have to watch that P&L because your broker is gonna margin call you, and you don't want to be margin called. So you have to protect yourself in that way as well.
My approach is a little bit different. There's a couple different strategies that I use. one, I could either pick, like 7 or so different stocks, and then I weed them out. So the ones that aren't performing as well, I'll close them out, and then I'll scale up on the ones that are performing really well. I also make sure that I'm picking ones that are trending as a market. So then it's more trending along the same line, similar to trading the dollar pairs or trading the euro pairs. Like the whole market is going to go together. So it's easier to watch when you're paying attention to the entire market, and you don't have to pay attention to a bunch of different markets. So the less your attention is spread to different areas, the easier it is to manage more than one trade. And then from there, I think it's also just making sure that you're watching your resistance lines, and your attention is going to go there, watching those resistance lines, kind of anticipating when you're going to need to pay more attention. And then stocks, you don't have to spend as much time on it. So I feel like you can trade more than you could with Forex, just because you're trading on the daily timeline. So, and then over time, you just get used to it more, and so you can handle more.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Hey, David, how do you feel about guys trading? What's your opinion on guys trading demo accounts just to get that familiarity of the system, or not the system, the system, and also the market? How do you feel about that? We never really talked about demo accounts that much.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
Okay.
of demo accounts because in trading, you'll have traders do really well on demo accounts, and then get on a live account, and then the performance is very different. Okay, the thing about trading, just like Mary is saying, right? It's all of the emotions, right? That you have to fight with, right? And that's why Trading in the Zone, that book is a really good book. All right. The problem with a demo trade is that it's not real money. It's not your money. All right. So yes, you can trade a demo account all day long. But we're not going to learn anything because it's not real money. All right. There is something to be said when you have real money, your money that we have worked hard for, and we put that money on the line. Guess what? Things change, right? And that's why it is so difficult, because it's our money, it's our hard-earned money. All right. So we'll treat that very differently than even someone else's money. All right. And we'll definitely treat that differently if it's not real money. And demo account is not real money. So it's like a simulated account, and it's not the same. And we've tried that years ago. We've tried that, and traders did not get the same. They would do a demo account, put them on a live account, they would blow up accounts, because they would have great results in a demo account, thought that they could do that, get the same results with a live account, and it's totally different. So starting small, what I tell traders to do is just start smaller. You guys have heard of Ricky's story, even Tylak's story. They all started with, trading $200 account, $300 account. That's why I tell all our traders, start small, start with a $300 account. All right, work through those emotions. And those guys are trading, 50, 100, $60,000 accounts now. Okay, so I'm not a fan of demo accounts. Live accounts just reduce the size, right? So Dino, I will get with you. Just reduce the size. And whenever you guys get in a position where and Gerald mentioned it, right? Whenever you guys get in a position where And I think, Mary, this is this is where you might be, right? Because you've asked that a few times. I think that's a challenge right now. Reduce your trading amount to the ridiculous. All right. Understand all we need is one vehicle. Look at these trades as just a vehicle. All right. So when you go through here and Charity does this, find the best ones, the best setup. All right. Ideally, you want to get to the point where you have 2 or 3 or 4, and then you put once you really get good, put some good capital to work. All right. Less is more. All right. Less is more. All right. Dino, you had a question for me?
Yeah. So thank you, David. I had a question to the actual whole group, including yourself, David. And I have to keep it short because now I have to get back to my wife. She's giving me my allotted time.
We're almost done. We're wrapping up here, though. We're wrapping up.
Yeah. So my question is, to anyone in the group, including yourself, David, is this system, have you been able to replace this system, or replace your jobs with what you're doing in this? And there's a reason why I'm asking this, but I can't get into it right now. But have you been able to generate enough income to make this your, not side job, but your job?
Okay, so me personally or traders? But I'll tell you, So I trade, but I run the business. So the majority of my time is running the business. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm doing coaching, I'm doing trading. I do a lot less trading now. Okay. So but yeah, when earlier in my trading career, I traded full time for a long time. But it's switched over the years. I do a lot of training, a lot of coaching. I still trade. All right. We build trading systems and different tools. Our website is monstertradingsystem.com if you're not aware of that. Okay.
Yeah.
But we do have traders that have gone full time. We have lots of traders that have gone full time, right?
Yeah.
That have taken either our systems or the education that we provide and gone full time. I don't recommend that for traders, though. I tell a lot of traders, don't go full time. All right, keep your day job. Right, keep your day job. Right, because when you don't have another source of income and you're trading full time, you put in a lot of pressure on yourselves, right? So now you're forcing, you still have bills, right? You still have, you still have all of these financial things that you need to take care of. And now you're adding another element to your trading, right? So now, whereas we would normally wait for the trade, right, to come to us, or the markets to come to us, we are forcing trades, right? We're forcing opportunities because we just have to make money, right? We never want to be in a situation with the markets where we just have to make money. That's not good.
Okay.
Now we have traders that have done really well. Ricky is a good example. Ricky's gone full time. Peter have gone full time. I believe Zaire have gone full time. But it took them a long time. All right. They have a totally different personality. They're very much of have the entrepreneurial type background. It takes a bit.
Okay.
So, it's a risky proposition to go full time, to be a full-time trader, right? It can be done. It takes a lot of work, and it's a lot of risk. It's a lot of risk. Okay.
Thank you.
I personally have not had an opportunity to do that, I don't feel like, because I only really started this year. So, and the market has just not had a ton of opportunities. That's been my experience. far. I couldn't say otherwise outside of that.
You will
Yeah,
know.
same,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, same here. I just feel like this system, martial trading system, is a system that once you are savvy and skilled enough to go full time, this is a good platform and trading system to use. So, yeah, like Charity said, I haven't had the opportunity to go full time, but I look forward to it. I mean, I know we have the right system to do that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My situation. I mean, I'm 59. My company got bought out by Capital Venture Company, so I have about a good year left because I'm in the transition team. So I'm not going to be doing a whole lot in that year because the system, we're just dismantling our entire infrastructure. But there's a lot, and I just happened to come across you guys today on Meetup, and I'm thinking, oh wow, I'm gonna have a lot of time to learn and pick this up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to looking into this further, and yeah, I like a lot of what I've heard this evening.
Yeah. I would keep it. I tell traders, keep it as a goal, keep it somewhere in the future as a goal, right? We want to have goals, and it's somewhere to shoot, something to shoot for. All right. But in the meantime, do the work. You'll hear Gerald. I mean, Gerald, the way Gerald is, Gerald could actually do this, right? And Gerald, Gerald didn't trade. I don't think, Gerald, did you trade when you came? Did you trade when you came to us? I don't think you traded.
No, I didn't trade at all. Matter of fact, I had no idea what trading was. I didn't even know anything about day trading, no trading at all. And I got in on the similar traits that you did. You look up on Lookup or Meetup and all, and that's how I found David. But other than that, I learned everything from coming on weekly, daily, and just I had to buy the system because I wanted that investment into my own knowledge and training. So it's definitely
awesome.
Yep. You will not regret it.
And
Awesome.
if you guys hear Gerald, I mean, Gerald will be full-time, and he will be, I just know, right? I can tell Charity, oh my gosh, right? Bill, Mary, you're gonna work. Mary's working towards it, but the way she's, and they've been here longer. Charity have been here a lot longer. Gerald, it's so when we look at our other traders, if I can't bring Peter on here. Peter would blow you guys up, right? With his knowledge, right? Even Tylak is really making some, so it's everyone. You just go back and look at where you started and look at your growth, right? And I have these conversations, right? Solomon, you too, right? Don't take the experience from everyone else, and these guys don't have a lot of, I think Bill is the longest with a year, right? Our other traders that have been, you guys hear from Brian a lot, just a wealth of knowledge. So imagine where Gerald is going to be another year from now, where Charity is going to be another year from now, where Mary is going to be 6 months from now, all right? Right, so that's the growth, that's the knowledge, that is the wealth. That's what you guys want. Forget about the P&L. The P&L will come. It's the knowledge. You hear Gerald talk, Charity talk, right? Even Mary, what Mary never traded before, and the concepts that she's talking about. That's what I'm proud of. That's pretty cool, right? And Dino, you're coming from the outside, right? And you're seeing this, right? That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes. I'm within an hour. I'm like, oh my god, I'm blown away. I'm loving it. I'm loving what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking for is, because I mean,
even Kawisi, we can't
you.
forget Kawisi and Gerald. Kawisi and Gerald, we have two Geralds here. Those gentlemen, they're here every evening. every evening, and the stuff that they pick up, and they don't use the system. They don't have the system, but the feedback that they give, and I mean, it's and they learn from everyone here. All right, so that's
Wow.
that's what I really, and that's why I show up every evening for this. Even when my mind goes out, I'm like that.
Wow.
Go ahead, Dino.
No, I was saying because I mean I've been playing around with trading, crypto and stocks since 2019, but nothing serious. And like I said, I tried it. I've looked at you. I mean, if I could be a millionaire right now if I told you if I made money watching YouTube. I've watched so many YouTubes, and you know, uh, and the majority of the time I'm hearing the plan, have a plan, and I was like, well, what's the plan? I don't know. Everybody's talking about have a plan, have an exit strat, have an entry, have an exit, but I still haven't grasped that, and I'm looking to really solidify that plan and a structure and have a mindset. So what I'm hearing you guys talk, it's like amazing. So I definitely want to look into the monster trading systems more.
Yeah. Anyone want to close? Gerald, you want to say anything to end? Charity? I'll let you guys end for the evening.
I mean, I don't know. I've not tried any other systems, so I don't know in terms of like perspective, but this feels like something that is everything that I need to know how to trade and to be able to do it successfully, because it gives you those entry and exit signals. It gives you that plan. And it's pretty universal in terms of whatever instruments you're trading with. So it takes all the thinking out of it. Like if there were no buy signals on this and the candles weren't red and green, it would be really difficult to know, when the trend is turning around. There would be a lot more to have to think about and consider. So this just makes it a lot easier and faster.
Thanks, Charity. Gerald, you
Yeah,
want
and
to
I
say
agree.
anything?
I agree wholeheartedly with Charity. This system that you have put together, David, is phenomenal. Yeah, we have everything, the tools. We have every single tool we need. We have the support and resistance line that are drawn in there. We have the moving averages that are on there. We have pretty much all the things that we need to trade right in our hand, like in our fingertips. So now back in May, I funded my account, $100, Forex.com, and it is still there and more than that. And I can only contribute to the system for which we are looking at every single day, every single week. And I don't think of course, I would have lost everything had I not had the system. But because I got the system, I can protect my capital more than I could have ever. So I wish you the best. I'm excited about it. I'm not full time, but I look forward to it. Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Thanks,
you so
Gerald.
much.
Hey, Gerald, the other Gerald. Do you want to say anything? The other Gerald. You want to say anything, Gerald? I know you had a pretty good story. It's probably. How about you, Kawisi? I know you don't use the system, Kawisi. All right. I know you don't use the system. You want to say anything? So Dino?
Other than this meeting is a godsend. That's it. God bless you, David. Thank you.
I think the fact that so many of us have not blown up accounts is a reflection on the coach as well. So
Thanks, Charity. Thank you. That's the main goal, to not to blow up accounts. That's the main goal, right? To not blow up your accounts. I don't know how that's a serious thing. When I started, I probably blew up 10 accounts or more. I stopped counting. All right. It's so defeating, right? It's a crushing thing when you blow up accounts.
10 accounts. I guess I'm not trading enough then, huh?
Oh yeah, I blew up accounts. Well, this was years ago, where I just blew up accounts, right? and you don't know what you're doing, and you're trying to figure things out. And most traders, that's the road, right? So take pride doing the work. You guys are playing really good defense, right? Not blowing up an account is success. And for Bill to not have blown up an account in a year, Charity, you haven't blown up, Gerald, you guys haven't blown up accounts, Mary, you haven't blown up an account. That's success. That's success, guys.
Wow.
Okay, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. If you go out in the street and you talk to other traders, right? 99% of most new traders never traded before, they've blown up accounts, one after the other. All right. And Dino, you can attest to that, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, we do things a bit differently.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by blowing up an account, but I've lost a lot.
Yeah. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for our equities class. I know we ran over a bit, but sometimes, hey, we have to do that, right? Sometimes we have to go over. All right. So thanks, Dino. Thanks for coming and sharing.
Thank you.
And everyone else, right? Charity, Gerald, Bill, all you guys, right? Kawisi, Gerald. Thanks for sharing your stories. And I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll do it again. Every
It was a pleasure meeting everyone.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.